Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Pacifica Airways. Now it's a very special day today. It's the first official day for our airline to start its passenger services. And so we're taking a maiden flight from San Diego International, which is our home base, up the coast to Los Angeles, KLAX. Now, I've done this trip many times, but today is the official start of our virtual airline. So it's the first day of our service, our very first service up the coast to Los Angeles. And you're very welcome to join us. You can follow my flight plan that I'm going to put in now, and you can choose an aircraft of your choice, preferably one that's painted in the Pacific Airline colors, the livery, if you have Flight Sim 2020. Or if you have FSX, you can also follow our routes and pick a plane, because this paint scheme is also in Flight Simulator X, the Pacifica Airlines colors. So follow our flight plan, join the crew, and become part of our virtual airline just for fun. Okay, so we're going to set up our very first flight from San Diego. So we're going to click on San Diego. San Diego, we're going to set that as our departure. We're going to zoom right in, and we're going to choose our departure point, gate 88. There we go, set as departure. So that's where our plane's going to be parked when we spawn into the game. We're going to come out and just travel up the coast a little bit to Los Angeles. We'll click on that, set that as our arrival. Okay, now we're going to come over here and we're going to choose low altitude airways. Now, just because we've chosen low altitude airways, we don't have to stay at low altitude. We're going to use our autopilot, so we can travel at any altitude we want, really. We're not too serious or too preoccupied with details and realism here. We're just flying to have fun. Now we come over to Los Angeles approach, and we're going to click on 07 right, and as you can see, our flight path, our flight plan is all done with all the waypoints, and of course we loop right round for an ILS approach and ILS landing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on these waypoints here, and I'm going to remove it. I'm going to remove that one, and I'm going to remove Fermi. Click on that one and remove Fermi. So that gives us a more direct and a more tidy and nice fuel efficient approach and flight plan. We come up here, instead of going right into there and then sharp turning to the left, we're going to turn at this waypoint, Albus, and a slow soft turn to the left, and we'll just cruise over and turn around to the right for our landing. So it's a lot more tidy, a lot more smooth, and more fuel efficient. Okay, so that's our flight plan all done. We've gone in here and we've set the time up. We're departing around about 6:15 a.m. in the morning. It's our early morning service for executives and commuters. And we're going to have two flights up the coast. We're going to have one departing around about 6:15, and we've got another one that leaves about 12:30. And then we'll have two flights returning back to San Diego in the evening. But we'll look at those on a future video. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that. So I'm going to save that flight plan, and that's going to be in my file entitled Flight Plans. And whenever I want to do this flight again, I just line it, just double check, open this up, have a look at it, and set up my flight plan the same as I've got it here. If I want to do the flight again in another aircraft or just do another service. I've noticed in this game, if you save the flight, when you reload the flight, it comes back, but it doesn't load your flight plan. So you've got to set your flight plan up all over again. Must be a little bit of a glitch in the game, I think, at this stage. Okay, so here we are at the gate in our 320 Airbus Neo, and it's just coming light now. It's going to be a lovely sunrise, so we'll get some nice colours through the clouds as we fly up the coast to Los Angeles. It's going to be a beautiful thing. And on this, our maiden flight for Pacifica Airlines, our first passenger service, is going to be beautiful. So I'm going to take some nice photos, and it's going to look good. Now I'm going to go through the process. I'm going to start up the plane. I'm going to get all our services done. Going to get the air bridge attached, get people on board, catering, fuel and luggage and all those kind of things. And then I'll talk to you again very soon when we're at the runway and ready to depart.
Lindbergh Tower, Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 ready for IFR departure runway 27.
Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 cleared for takeoff runway 27.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Okay guys, so we're on the runway and we're ready for departure. You can already see the lovely colours in the clouds, so it's going to be a beautiful trip up the coast. Like I said, this is going to be our regular service. We're going to have 2 flights up the coast to Los Angeles in the morning. One departing at 6:15 a.m. and another one departing about 11:45 or 12:30. 11:45 I think it will be, and then we're going to have 2 flights returning in the evening, one 5:30 and one evening flight about 9:15 for executives and for commuters who are working and doing business in Los Angeles. Okay, let's check our flaps are configured for takeoff, and our trim, set our trim for takeoff, just a slow gentle climb as we depart, and I think we're about ready to go. And we're away on our first flight, our first passenger service for the airline, our first official day on the job for Pacifica Airlines, our new virtual airline. Very exciting. Thank you for joining. Hope you enjoy the flight, and hope you fly along with us. If you have Flight Simulator installed, you can fly along with us and join the airline and fly our services. Beautiful colours in the sky. Perfect day for our very first trip.
Airbus 320 contact, SoCal departure on 124.35.
124.35 for Airbus 320.
Okay, we're going to engage the autopilot. And the plane will make its adjustments and move to intercept our flight plan. Flight director is on. Getting some clacking here, need to take up our flaps. And it's goodbye to sunny San Diego.
Lindbergh Tower, generic November 9er 472 Alpha ready at runway 27 departure to the east.
Generic November 9er 472 Alpha cleared for takeoff. Runway 27 departure to the east approved.
Slowly climbing to our cruising altitude.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 generic 72 Alpha.
Seems to be going a little bit faster than what I put in the altitude, so I'm going to drop the throttle a bit. Bring our speed back down to the speed that I set in the autopilot, 220 knots. And we're almost at our cruise altitude. Okay, let's have a look at some of the beautiful scenery, shall we?
Generic 72 Alpha, continue for east departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Once you reach a comfortable cruising altitude, ladies and gentlemen, this line attendant will be in the cabin will offer you a cocktail beverage of your choice, along with breakfast. There are 5 flight attendants on board today, primarily for your safety. If there's anything we can do to make your trip more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. I would like you to sit back and relax. Enjoy.
Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. We're level at our cruise altitude, so I'm going to turn off the seatbelt sign at this time. So you're free to move about as necessary. However, when seated, we would like you to keep your seatbelts comfortably fastened for your safety. We just checked the weather and expect smooth sailing for most of the flight. So for the most part, we're going to stay quiet and let you enjoy the entertainment and service, and we'll be talking with you later on the...
Okay, it's our first flight up the coast, part of our new airline, Pacifica Airlines. So we are serving breakfast today.
Attention all passengers, we will be serving our in-flight meal shortly with your choice of red or white wine. Please return to your seats so that we may serve you more easily. Enjoy your meal.
Okay, lovely. I think I'm going to have a cheese croissant and some nice fresh coffee.
Frequency change approved.
Sounds good to me.
Los Angeles Center. Airbus Alpha Sierra X-ray 320 Los Angeles Center. Continue as planned. Altimeter 29.2.
Okay, we're all good. Don't need to make any more announcements. Our autopilot is doing everything it's supposed to do. So we're looking sweet. Yeah, I've set the the flight plan up. Turn my camera back on now. It was in the way of the display before. When you save a game or save a flight,
Airbus 320, please expedite your descent to 9,000 feet.
for some reason, when you reload the flight that you've saved, it won't load the flight plan for some reason. Could be a little glitch or a problem with the game. So when you go to start a new flight or one of the services, I need to actually put in the flight plan all over again in the menu screen. But it only takes half a minute or 1 minute, 2 minutes at the most. It's pretty simple, pretty easy to do, so it's not a problem. But it's just a little glitch in Flight Simulator 2020, I think. That plane looks beautiful, doesn't it, in these colours, the morning colours. I think I'm going to take a photo for the thumb. Sounds like a good idea. I'll have to turn off all these other things.
Please expedite your descent to 9,000 feet.
There we go. That looks beautiful. Right, I'm going to take a couple of photos here. Just a perfect day to start our passenger service.
Please expedite your descent to 9,000 feet.
Beautiful day to start our passenger service from San Diego up to Los Angeles. Right, I'll turn everything back on now. Turn the camera on. It's quite a short hop. It's not a long hop, so I don't intend to stay at high altitude or a very high altitude for very long. I'm not at a high altitude, but I don't really need to be up this high, so I am going to descend to 9,000 feet, or I can go down to 8,000 feet. By the time we get to 8,000 feet, it'll probably be time for us to go down a little bit lower to begin our approach. So let's bring that down, our descent, rate of descent.
From the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We're going to be landing in, about 20 minutes, so I'd appreciate it if you would return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts at this time. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our approach, we ask that you please check. Make sure that your seatbelts are securely fastened, low and tight across your lap. Please return your seat backs and tray tables to their full upright lock position. If you've had occasion to use your carry-on items, please make sure that they are safely stored underneath the seat in front of you or the overhead enclosed bin. Also, if you're using any type of electronic device, if you would please turn it off until we are approached the gate.
We'll go down to 7,000 feet. No worries. Not a problem at all.
Airbus 320, acknowledge last transmission.
Yes, we got your transmission loud and clear. Thank you. Okay, so this is our new virtual airline, guys. Pacifica Gold Airlines. And utilizing the default aircraft in Flight Sim 2020 and also Flight Simulator X. If you have FSX, you can also join the airline and fly the planes in FSX, since they have the same livery with the default planes in FSX. Yeah, so just fly along with us. Watch the videos. I will explain and give you the flight plans. For each video, we'll have a new flight plan, so you can just load that up and follow along and continue to fly our services. You can just fly the services when you have time at your own leisure. And with each video, I will give you the flight plan for that service. Today we're flying from San Diego up to Los Angeles. Our very first flight is official flight on the official first day of the airline. And we've got a perfect day for it as well. Beautiful. A little bit of cloud cover. A beautiful sunrise. We departed around about 6:15 a.m. Our second service will depart San Diego around about 12:30 with commuters and travelers. So you can fly the early morning one or you can fly the midday one. and then we'll have 2 flights returning from Los Angeles back to San Diego in the evening. One about 5:30 and the other one about 8:15 or something like that. I haven't set up the particular times for those yet. But I like the early morning flights. I like the colours and the clouds and the sunrise. It just looks really nice when you're flying early in the morning. We're going to start our left-hand sweeping turn to the left soon to begin our final approach. So we can actually descend a little bit more. Let's come down to 6,000 feet. Once we make this left-hand turn, we'll be entering our finals. So we will start dropping off some speed. Okay, so we've made our left turn. We'll be entering our finals very soon. Just over the other side of that peninsula there is Los Angeles. So this service from San Diego to Los Angeles is available. Will be available in the 737, the Boeing 737, and the Airbus 320. I have a 737, part of the fleet at the moment. It's not 100% study level sort of simulated 737, so I may trade that up to the PDMG 737 when that becomes available, but that could be as much as a year away, who knows. But this 737 does fly well, and it does do the job. It is a nice 737. So we'll use that for this service as well, from San Diego to Los Angeles and back again, and a few of the other services. If you have Flight Simulator X, of course, you can fly our service up the coast with the default 737. It's already painted in our airline colours, and we are looking gorgeous. Look at the beautiful colours there. And you can see a bit of the lights over there, the runway lights. I think that is Los Angeles, just straight over there, but just underneath those clouds over there. So, just doing a loop round now to begin our ILS approach. Okay, so this is our very first flight to Los Angeles. I think the second flight will be from Los Angeles back to San Diego. We have 2 flights coming up the coast in the morning and 2 flights returning early evening. So we'll do one of those flights early evening. Okay, so we're going to bring our speed down as we start our right-hand turn to begin our final approach. Come down to 180, start lowering our flaps very soon. Okay, bring our altitude down to 3,000 feet as we swoop around to the right. And then we'll be on our final approach. Coming around now.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we request that you store your electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gate. We also ask that you extinguish all smoking materials. In final preparation for landing, please make sure your seat backs are straight up, your tray tables are stowed, and any carry-on luggage you may have brought on board with you is underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. The flight attendants will be passing through the cabin one last time to do their final compliance check and pick up any remaining cups and glasses.
Flight attendants, prepare for landing, please.
Gear down. Can't see much with that sun glare coming in over there. Drop our speed to 160. And we'll put down some more flaps. Beautiful colours there as the sun rises. Bit of a haze through those clouds. Quite a bit of sun strike. Quite glary, but quite beautiful at the same time. Okay, we're going to drop our speed down a little bit. Might have to put down some more flaps. Right, we are now officially on our final approach, and look at that. I'm going to take a photo of that because that does look amazing. Okay, done the photo. And we are on finals. Got our ILS little triangle, little diamonds in the right place. This one will be coming down soon, so we'll lock on to the ILS frequency when that reaches around about the middle there. Okay, approach hold is on. I'm not sure if I had that set right, but seems to be on now, but hopefully we're locked on to the ILS approach correctly. Bit of playing around with it there. Bring our speed down to close to 140. Looks like we're locked on to the ILS approach, so that is a good thing. Here's the runway, getting really close. Good morning, Los Angeles.
1,000.
What a beautiful day. Perfect day for our first flight. It's part of our virtual airline, Pacifica Gold. Okay, get ready to turn off the autopilot and the flight director.
200.
Okay, off with the flight director, off with the autopilot. Let's bring it down nice and gentle, bit of a flare as we touch down. Beautiful, not too bad. Could be better, room for improvement, but not too bad for me anyway, that landing. And welcome to Los Angeles, everybody.
It's going to take the captain just a few moments to taxi to the gate, so we ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off and the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate. That will be your only indication that it's safe to get up and move about the cabin. We also ask that you keep the aisles clear of any carry-on baggage. This is the termination of our flight this morning, so we ask that you check seat back pockets, closets, and overhead bins for any articles you may have brought with you. Extra care should be taken when opening the overhead bins as heavy articles may have shifted during our flight. On behalf of your entire flight crew, it's been our pleasure serving you this morning. Have a pleasant stay.
Okay, bit of a fast taxi there, but We'll get to where we're going.
Flight attendants, please prepare for arrival.
And Los Angeles is looking beautiful. Well, I hope you enjoyed that flight, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Thanks for joining us at Pacifica Gold Airlines for our very first flight as a part of our passenger service up the coast to Los Angeles.